Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. In a previous video I pruned up my largest of the 3 American elms, and today I'll be working on the other 2. I pruned the largest American elm up to try and give it that American elm style where the branches come off and it sweeps up into that martini glass type style with a crown on the top, and it's slowly getting there. So I'm going to kind of match that naturalistic style for my other smaller 2. This one has a lot of awkward branches on it. I guess this one does too. So a lot of work to do on these, and again, they're early in the development as bonsai. They were just dug up from the front garden. They grew from a seed, and slowly been working on the styling of them. Here's a look at the medium-sized elm. So it has a big chop at the back here. There's been a really large branch taken off down low here. There's kind of an ugly bulge here where this branch comes out. The top of it is getting stronger, which is good. It was always very weak up top here, so I'm trying to build that structure. So I think today maybe some of these lower branches can come off, finally. Yeah, so not the most attractive tree in the world, but hopefully it'll get there someday. I'm looking at the tree now, trying to come up with a plan of action, a future development. Yeah, there's quite an ugly wound here. It's kind of bulged out, and I've got to decide. I don't think I want to branch that low. Eventually I'm going to put these 3 trees together. So this is the height of that lowest branch here, and on my smallest one the lowest branch is even higher. So I think I want to get rid of this branch. I think the major problem with this branch is just too straight. It doesn't have any movement or change of taper. Doesn't look very miniature, so if I keep these branches I'd have to cut them back. Well, I'll cut that one back for starters. It's just it's absolutely straight until here. So I've got to cut it back. I'm thinking somewhere about here. Maybe even a little higher, right here. Here I go. Like that. So I'm going to take this lowest branch off. I just feel it's too low. So here I go. Like that. And then there's quite a bulge here. I don't know if I can do a whole lot to clean that up. I would have to take a huge section out of the trunk. I might have to do that, I don't know. It's starting to heal over. That initial cut is starting to heal over here. I'll show you a close-up of that. Here's a look at that first scar here. So it's healing over in this area, but it's quite a bulge from any other view. And you can see the huge scar up here too, where a large branch was taken off. It's starting to heal over also, but still not a really nice feature on the tree. Yeah, so I don't know, like, to get rid of all this bulge part here where there is other branches coming out, it would require some major surgery. So the question I have to ask myself, can I live with that bulge there? As the tree goes a little thicker, will this bulge improve? No, I don't think it will. So I don't think I would. You can put that wound to the back, back here, so you can't see it so much. But I think I'd better carve it out and try and get that wound to heal over a lot nicer than it is at the moment. So here I go. I'm going to start the process, carving it away. Because this wound will be at the back anyway, so. Yeah, you can see there was 1, 2, 3, 4 branches coming from this one spot. And that was probably when it was in the ground. So these trees just grew up all by themselves in the front garden. A seed must have landed and they germinated and grew into elm trees from those big ones we had in the backyard that probably seeded the ones in the front. A wind like today probably blew the seeds to the front garden. So the only thing that'll heal a large wound like this is growth to the tree. So you've got to let the top of the tree grow, and that'll cause the trunk to thicken and it'll start callousing over. But if your tree's in a refinement stage where you're just keeping it tightly pinched, a wound like this probably won't close over. So it's getting better. And again, this will probably swell up. So I've got to go a little more concave here. Well, that's not too bad. At least it's flush now, the wound. And it'll build a big collar around here, and sort of like it did up top here. Which, yeah, may heal over someday, or it may rot out the center of the tree and make a hollow trunk. That's a pretty big wound up top. But you know, so far this wood is really hard in here. It's not decaying much, so maybe there's hope for it. Alright, without getting out a carving tool, that's about as good as I can make that. Yeah. Alright, well, that's one bit of work done. I'm going to start on the top of the tree next. So you can see I've got a lot going on here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 branches coming from basically one spot, which is fairly typical on an elm. You get a lot of branches, spreading out from one spot on the tree, and it probably will thicken up in that area, which isn't a problem at the moment because it's quite slim here. But because I do want to thicken up this top and all this upper branch structure, I may thin it out later on. I'm going to just reduce the height of the tree at the moment and leave all this to grow. And again, I need vigor in this tree. It's not bursting with vigor at the moment, but it's not weak either. So yeah, I'll reduce the top of the tree, kind of making a crown up here. And that'll probably be it for today. Just kind of getting that canopy back under control. And then, later on, as the tree matures more, I'll start picking my branches in this area and possibly thinning it out a bit. Alright, here I go with the branch pruning up top. So I'm looking at from the front, or a possible front, maybe here. I'm going to take out up top here. There's 2 nice branches and there's one up the middle. I'm going to take the middle one out like that, reducing the height. For this upright branch here, there's not much growing in this direction, so this branch here, the main branch, is quite straight. There's nothing growing on this side, so I'm going to have to reduce it, and I've got to pick a point. I think I'm going to go back to here. So off goes the top, like that. And then I'll prune it back. This upper part here, I'll prune it back to there. And this section back to here, like that. I've got some long straight sections on this branch. Like here, it goes for quite a length without any change of taper or movement or anything, so that has to be cut back. So I'm going to go back quite severely to about here, like that. And I'll do the same with the branch beside it here. I'll go back to here, like that. I'll trim this branch back up here. Take the apex off here. So this part of the trunk, it's really straight here. I'm thinking I have a branch back here. I could prune it off there and develop this branch. It would give me a change of taper, a change of direction. So I'll have to do that. Here I go. Like that. So now you can see there's a bit of movement and taper in that branch now. There's a branch out the back here that's getting quite long. I'm going to prune that back. And I think I'm going to take it back to here and trim the end off right to here. Prune this back, this back, this one back, this one back. Oh, hold on, this one back to here. There, that looks better. Trim the top. Just shortening all these new shoots. And that might be about it. So there's, somewhere there is the front of the tree. There's an overall look at the tree. I'll rotate it around so you can see it from all angles. So here I go. Sorry about the squeaky turntable, it's one of my old ones. Yeah, so that's what the tree looks like. We got it. I think it's improved today anyway. I wouldn't say it's a great looking tree, but it's improved. So on to the smallest tree now. Here's a look at the smallest tree. I'll rotate it around so you can have a look at it. So here we go. So there's the huge cut at the back here. So that's it. So again, there's kind of a big, long, straight section on this branch. The upper part is quite nice though. But I think I've got to reduce this branch back. So I'll start with that. I've got to shoot out the front here, which could be the new branch leader. Or I could do a Hail Mary cut here and see what happens. So here I go, I will. Or, yeah, if I pruned it to this one, it would be too straight still, so off it goes like that. And I'll prune this one back like that. So now I'm at the crown of the tree. I've got this straight part here. I've got a division here, so I could prune that top part off. I will, the straight part to there. I'll prune these back shorter. Like that. I'll prune this branch back shorter. And to here. Just reducing everything back, all these new shoots. I'm going to take this back to here. Like that. Now, I'm wondering if it's still too straight in this section. I've got a straight section here and a straight section here. I think I'm going to prune it back further. I've got a bud on this side, which should be nice to have something coming out this side, so I'm going to prune it off here. Like that. A little drastic, but it needed to be done. I'll place all the trees together so we can get an idea of what they'll look like in a group of 3. Here's the 3 trees together, and I can't get them close enough because the pots are quite large. But maybe you can kind of get an idea of how they kind of look together. So they're all kind of a similar age. a similar styling on them. So I think they'll match with each other quite nicely. I think I'd probably have, you know, number 2 closer and behind the first tree, and then number 3 maybe in the background between them or off to the other side. I'm not sure, but yeah, so that will come one day. They'll be back as a group of 3. It'll be interesting. Yeah, from humble beginnings, these things, they're starting to look like trees. A long way to go on them to get them really refined and looking good, but we'll keep working on them over the years. It's quite a cold day here today. It's well below freezing. We had snow this morning, so it's not repotting weather yet, that's for sure. It'll be another probably a month before I can start the repotting process. So let's head indoors now and do some indoor work. I can warm up my hands.